A school bus carrying high school children crashed. Calls continue for Free National Movement leader Dr. McMinnis to step down. And in battles, Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner reveals her plans with the party and her thoughts over recent developments. We've got those stories and others. I'm your host, Krishna Virgil, and this is the Tribune's Top 5. A group of 24 high school students received the shock of their lives after the bus they were on crashed and careened into a coconut tree. The students were taken to hospital on Tuesday following the incident. The moment unfolded when the teacher, taking 24 of them on a field trip, lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a coconut tree. Police believe crashing into the tree played a role in saving the passengers' lives as it stopped the bus from careening into oncoming traffic. The bus veered into the median strip at Bahamar Boulevard, hitting the coconut tree and sustaining significant damage as it was turned on its side. No casualties occurred. The driver of the bus was the school's geography teacher. Superintendent Craig Stubbs, head of the police traffic division, said he does not believe speed played a factor in the crash. He said, quote, "Initial reports say to us that the bus driver said he was experiencing some medical condition, and as a result, he made an attempt to head back toward the school, but they did not make it that far. Speed is not a factor from what we see, but based on the damage to the bus prior to the collision, there might have been some acceleration before the bus collided with the tree," end quote. Passengers on the bus escaped through a hatch on the back of the bus. Students were assisted by motorists in opening the hatch. The Prime Minister announced the official sale of Bahamar to CTF BM Holdings, a subsidiary of the Hong Kong conglomerate Chow Tai Fook Enterprises Limited, on Monday. Mr. Christie said Bahamar is set for a phased opening beginning in April 2017 and a full completion by the fall of next year. He said, quote, "In the forthcoming months, imminent economic opportunities will be realized in more and more homes throughout the Bahamas. Bahamar will create an estimated 5,500 to 7,000 jobs for Bahamians." Mr. Christie did not disclose the sale price of Bahamar, adding that details of the deal are still sealed by the Supreme Court at the request of the Export-Import Bank of China. The heads of agreement between the government and CTF Holdings, however, will be tabled in Parliament once negotiations are complete, he said. Tourism Minister Obi Wolscombe later told the Tribune that the agreement will be tabled before the end of the year. However, Parliament has adjourned on Wednesday for the Christmas holidays until January. New leader of the opposition in the House of Assembly, Loretta Butler Turner, has made another surprising move, this time by appointing Democratic National Alliance leader Bramwell McCartney to the Senate. Signaling his return to Parliament after losing his seat in the 2012 general election, Democratic National Alliance leader Bramwell McCartney on Monday accepted his nomination as leader of opposition business in the Senate. His appointment by the newly minted official opposition leader Loretta Butler Turner has deepened speculation over the end goal of the 7 Free National Movement MPs who wrote to Governor General Dame Marguerite Pindling expressing no confidence in FNM leader Dr. McMinnis. Flanked by DNA executives and her fellow FNM MPs at a press conference in the House of Assembly's Minority Room, Mrs. Butler Turner maintained that she and her colleagues will not be joining the third party, but stopped short of revealing how the resulting collaboration will influence the election campaigns of either party. She said, quote, "The significance is that we were even able to get this collaboration. That is the most significant thing. The second significant thing is that we respect the differences we bring to the table. But more importantly, we understand the commonality that we share and all of our people, our supporters, share. And that is people have been begging and asking us to please come together formally or to work together to pool your resources to rid yourself of the PLP government." Pressed for further details on how the collaboration will take shape, Mr. McCartney said, "My answer is this. At the end of the day, we must come together as Bahamians who want what is good for the country to rid ourselves of the PLP, and that is what has happened here." Later this week, weighing in on the current standoff in the FNM, Mr. McCartney called for Dr. McMinnis to resign and cautioned the embattled party that steps taken to expel rebel MPs could see a downgrade in the party's ranking in Parliament from official opposition to third party. Mr. McCartney said that many persons who identify as FNMs secretly do not support Dr. McMinnis as party leader during his appearance on radio talk show The Revolution with host Juan McCartney. FNM leader Dr. McMinnis said during a rally on Wednesday night that the party's council has rescinded Loretta Butler Turner's nomination in the Long Island constituency. One of his final messages to the crowd of several hundred gathered at the FNM headquarters, his announcement for many in attendance climaxed an event that was transformed from a typical candidate ratification into a loud, defiant show of strength amid unprecedented crisis for his party. The late Ray Charles hit the road Jack Blair from speakers following his announcement. Yes, yes, some shouted, while others waved pom-poms. He said, quote, "You did not deserve what those 7 MPs did to us," as he referred to last week's decision by the colleagues to oust him as leader of the official opposition. "You do not deserve it," he said. In an interview with the Tribune, F&M supporters said the Rebel 7 acted as they did because they were motivated by greed. Dr. Minnis' criticism of them, accordingly, received the greatest reception from the crowd. He continued, quote, "Didn't we all endure their public criticism? It seems like almost every week we were being publicly attacked by one of our own. F&M's, didn't we have a convention in November 2014? Didn't we have a convention in July 2016? The convention elected its leader, and I offered my hands out to all who opposed us." Dr. Minnis said he extended an olive branch to those who opposed his leadership, a claim likely to be disputed by several rebel MPs who may feel that they were denied nominations because of their support of Mrs. Butler-Turner. After stunning Parliament by ousting leader Dr. Minnis as opposition leader in the House of Assembly, Long Island MP Loretta Butler-Turner said she was not surprised when she found out her candidacy for Long Island was revoked. The revocation of her candidacy for the Long Island constituency is sad but not surprising, Free National Movement MP Loretta Butler-Turner told reporters while insisting that the Rebel 7 were not the enemies of the fractured party. She revealed that despite F&M leader Dr. Minnis' announcement to a crowd on Wednesday night that her ratification was rescinded, she had yet to receive a formal notice from the party of the decision, but would not lose sleep over it. Asked on Thursday whether this position had led her to make a decision to run as an independent or on the Democratic National Alliance's ticket, Mrs. Butler-Turner said she had not gotten to that point in the process as yet. The Long Island MP criticized the hierarchy of the F&M, saying it was reprehensible that executives did not understand their own party's constitution in response to rumblings that the group could be expelled from the organization. However, she told reporters during a press conference that she would not waste her time fighting party machinery, adding that only the Bahamian people could fire her. She said, quote, "What is probably most sad for me is that I have been an F&M for many, many years, and have carried the banner of the F&M being the standard bearer in 2 previous elections. You know, it's certainly an honor. I believe that the party still has the philosophies and ideologies that I ascribe to, and the fact that I am revoked is something that I guess I'll have to get used to," she said. Responding to speculation that attorney and Tribune columnist Adrian Gibson was one of the names tossed around for consideration to replace her, Mrs. Butler-Turner said she believed this had always been in the works. For several months, it was rumored that Mr. Gibson had been quietly campaigning against her. Want to get in on the discussion? Yeah. Well, here's how you can. Just log on to our website at www.tribune242.com. Like us on Facebook, the Tribune News Network. Send us a tweet at Tribune242, or subscribe to our YouTube page, Tribune242.